If you were wondering how the real estate market in 2024 last year compared to the previous 5 years, you might want to stay tuned to find out. We're going to be covering months of inventory, the number of home sales for last year, the average, and the median sales price. So, do you want to find out if this was a good time to buy or sell? Stay tuned. We're going to be covering the last 5 years market trends. Let's get started. All right. This is specific to Williamson County. First graph, we're going to be talking about the number of home sales. As you can see here, the orange line 2024, it's everything that happened last year in 2024 as far as the number of home sales on how it compares to the previous 4 years. We can see the levels for 2023, 2022, 2021, and 2020. From the graph, you can see that for Williamson County, we had the lowest number of home sales last year in 2024. We finished below 2023 and below 2022. So definitely last year was a slow market. Not many homes were sold last year. And then the sales volume, of course, is also going to be lower as number of home sales is lower. The actual dollar amount getting transfer between buyers and sellers, that one was lower as well, lower than 2023, lower than 2022. So definitely last year, as far as the number of home sales and the dollar amount that was interchanged between owners, then is definitely lower than the previous years. In this graph, we can see the median sales price. The median sales price ended a little bit lower than the previous year, 2022, as well, and 2023, but not much different from the beginning of the year. We started the year at $427,000, and we ended the year last year, 2024. We ended the year with a median sales price of $421,000. So only about $6,000 difference from the beginning of the year 2024 to the end of the year 2024. So as you can see from the graph, 2024 was pretty much flat. Normally, the normal curve that we see in real estate, things pick up. The median sales price typically goes up during the summer, the early spring, the summer. But in this case, last year was very much flat. So not much happening. Prices didn't really go up, but prices also didn't come down. And that's important to know that many people are thinking that they're going to be able to buy a home at a really low price. And that's not what we see. We have for the past 2 years, 2.5 years, we can see here that the prices have not really come down. They did come down at the beginning of 2022, but that's when the rates were double. Basically, they went from anywhere from 3% to 6%, and then we saw the decline in the median sales price because of the interest rate. But after that, 2023 and 2024 have been pretty much flat. We're expecting the same market again in 2025. We're expecting the market to stay pretty much flat as well as the interest rates. Nobody really knows, but I don't think they're going to be really coming down into the fives. So we'll see what happens. But very interesting to see a flat line for last year, 2024. Here we can see the average sales price. It did go up a little bit during the summer, but then it came down as well. Again, it looks very much flat compared to the previous years, compared to 2023, compared to 2022. We can see that it remained very flat. We started the year of around $475,000 for 2024 on the average sales price, and we ended at $476,000. So about $1,000 difference in the average. I'll tell you at the end what I think is going to happen for 2025 for this year, but this is basically, you can see how last year compared on the average sales price compared to the previous years. All right, here we have the total number of listings. This is the number of homes that are for sale at the time that the graph was created, right? So we can see, again, last year in 2024, as we see from the orange line, we see during the early spring, summer markets, that's when most of the sellers put their homes for sale. Stay tuned to find out what I think about when is the best time to sell and when is the best time to purchase a home. But as you can see from the graph, typically the sellers do put their homes for sale during the early spring and summer, and then they tend to start lower the total number of listings do come down at the end of the year, as we can see from the previous 5 years here. The monthly inventory is very similar to the number of home sales. This is basically, we started the year at, in Williamson County, we started the year at 2.39 months of inventory, and then we ended the year at 2.94 months of inventory for last year, 2024. Interesting to note and see here at the beginning of 2022, the months of inventory was anywhere between 0.3 months of inventory to half a month of inventory. Well, what that means is that what we had active on the market, all the homes that we had for sale at the time, were only good to sustain a half a month of inventory, which means if we get no new listings, the number of home sales that we had at the time were only good to last about half a month. Now we are good about close to 3 months. This is in Williamson County, okay? We're good to almost 3 months of inventory, which means if we don't get any new homes on the market, we have up to 3 months of inventory right now to sustain, the number of purchases that are happening right now in this market. And that's pretty much it. Then it goes on into Travis County. So my thinking, my prediction, if you could say this, is that I feel that this market in 2025 is going to remain very similar to what we saw in 2024. I think, we look at the beginning of 2023, we can see where the market started, and then also in 2022. So 2022 and 2023 started very similar. And then in 2024, it started a little bit lower than the previous years, but it ended up basically about $1,000 increase, $1,000 more. So was there any equity gain? Well, not much, to be honest, but as long as we're not losing equity, I think that's great. So when is a good time for buyers to buy a home? Well, I think that whenever you're ready, whenever your finances make sense, whenever you're prepared, whenever your credit score is good, whenever you qualify, I think that's the best time to buy. I don't think you're really going to save much more money by waiting for something to happen with the market, for waiting for the rates to come down. Like I said, nobody's really expecting the rates to come down a lot this year, if any. So I think if you're really, looking to buy a home this year, anytime will be a good time. We do see prices pretty much stable, pretty much balanced, not like previous years where we saw, you want to buy in the down market. Well, there's really not a down market right now. There's a lot of negotiation power for buyers right now. We're able to negotiate a lot of repairs, buy downs, credits from the sellers. So a lot of really good incentives, especially if you're buying a new construction home as well. Builders are offering a lot of incentives for buyers, first-time home buyer programs as well, like T-Shack, and some of the down payment assistance programs are available right now. The MCC credits. There's so many good things to, for a buyer right now to potentially look at buying a home in 2025. As far as the prices go, it is what it is. They're high already. I don't think they're going to come down to pre-pandemic levels. Nobody's really expecting that. As you can see from the graphs, for the past 3 years, basically 2.5 years, we had really high interest rates. And what did that do to the prices in the past 2 years, 2023 and 2024? Nothing. Prices remain the same. So don't wait for that. The longer that you're in the market, the better for you as a buyer. So as long as you're planning to stay in the home for a long time, I think you're going to be set. For sellers, what my recommendation will be, well, as far as the prices go, I think same thing applies as the buyers. But what I will pay attention here is the number of home sales and the total number of listings, basically. So if you're a seller, yes, we do have more listings typically during the summer, anywhere between May to September, October. That's when we have the most listings. So you might want to start earlier, a little bit earlier. Next month will be ideal, February, March, so that you don't really wait to have that much competition, right? The longer that you wait, if you wait for the very summer to happen, I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with listing your home in the summer. All I'm saying is that expect more listings, more the higher number of months of inventory as well. Now, why do the listings typically come down towards the end of the year? Well, my thinking is because a lot of sellers take it off the market because of the holidays, or they just, as the market is coming down, they say, you know what, we're not really going to be able to sell it this year. Let's take it off the market and we'll relist it again next year, at the beginning of next year. I am already having conversations. I'm already going to listing appointments where sellers did that. And now they're like, okay, now it's a new year. It's a fresh start. The number of days on the market has reset. After some time that you take it off the market, the number of days reset on the MLS. So, they want to start fresh, maybe with a different broker and, different pictures, different videos, different marketing. But at the end of the day, it's basically, just taking it off the market at the end of the year to relist it again early next year. So the following year. So that's what I'm seeing right now for sellers. So my recommendation will be, if you're thinking about it, let's have those conversations now, because February and March are probably going to be the best times to list a home. If you wait for June, July, August, you're already competing with a lot of your neighbors. So things to keep in mind. Anyway, friends, this is it for this month of December. In a few weeks, I'll have the statistics for the beginning of 2025, which is January 2025, and we will be able to see and go over where are we starting the year in comparison to the previous 4 years, which is always very interesting to see if we're starting, at a higher price or lower price. We ended December of 2024 at slightly, $1,000, average higher sales price from the beginning of 2024. So who knows? I'm thinking 2025 is going to start a little bit higher too. I'm already seeing a lot of transactions going on, a lot of activity. All of my listings are currently pending, so great news. So that means I think things are changing. I feel confident that it's going to be another good year for us at the Cruz Group. But every market is different, so we definitely have to analyze your situation, your market, and whether you're a buyer or a seller, you have to have those conversations with a professional that can guide you through all the steps. So stay tuned for next month. We'll see 2025, January of 2025 market trend. See you later. Have a great day.